Hello student. So after completion of the stomach, let's start the small intestine. So small intestine, starts from the pylorus part of the stomach to the ileocecal junction. During its course, the length of the small intestine that is near about the 6 meter. Then the small intestine, it should be divided into the three parts. That is, the first part it is called the duodenum, second part it is called the jejunum, and the third part it is called the ileum. The duodenum, it is the most fixed part of the small intestine, and remaining ileum and jejunum, that is the movable part of the small intestine. The duodenum, it receives the chyle from the stomach, then the bile from the gallbladder, and the pancreatic juice from the pancreatic duct. So in this way, that is the duodenum, it forming the most digestive juices, consist of the most digestive juices, and that is help for the digestion and absorption of the food material. The fixing of the duodenum, that is essential, because that is the, if it is movable, it can be occurs the twisting and kinking of the common bile duct or the pancreatic duct. So let's see the details of the small intestine, or the first part of the small intestine, that is the duodenum. So here in this diagram you can see that is the small intestine. So that is the three part of the small intestine. This is the C-shaped part, that is the duodenum. Then that is the upper part, it is the jejunum, and the lower part it is the ileum. So the small intestine, it starts from the pylorus of the stomach, and it is ends into that the ileocecal junction. So here you can see that is this ileum, that is enters into that the cecum of the large intestine. So that junction, that is called the ileocecal junction. Then the first part of the small intestine, it is called the duodenum, which is the C shape in structure. Then the second to fifth part of the small intestine, that should be forming that the jejunum, and the lowermost, the 3/5 part of the small intestine, it should be forming that the ileum. So let's start. That is the first part of the small intestine, that is the duodenum. So here in this diagram you can see that is the C shape duodenum. Okay? So duodenum, it is the shortest, widest, and the most fixed part of the small intestine. So it extends from the pylorus of the stomach, and it is ends into the duodenojejunal junction. Okay? It is curved. This one here you can see it is curved, and the head of the pancreas, that should be present or fixes into that the C-shaped part of that the duodenum. Okay? It lies above that the duodenum, it lies above the umbilicus. So here you can see that is the umbilicus, and it should be lies above to that the umbilicus at the level of L1, L2, and the L3 vertebra. So here you can see that is the L1, L2, and L3 vertebra. So in the another diagram you can again see that is the location of the duodenum, that is L1, L2, and L3. Okay? Then the most of the part of the duodenum, it is the retroperitoneum and fixed except its two ends, that is this is the upper end and this is the lower end, where it is suspended by the fold of peritoneum. Okay? And therefore these two ends, they are mobile, rather than the other part of that is the duodenum, it is fixed. Then anteriorly the duodenum is partly covered by the peritoneum. Then see that is the measurement of the duodenum. The length of the duodenum, it is near about the 10 inches, means near about 25 centimeter, and it is divided into that the four part. Okay? The first part, that is called the superior, this one, which is 2 inches in long. The second part, it is called the descending part, this one, which is 3 inches. Then the third part, it is horizontal part, this one, it is 4 inches. And the fourth part, this one, that is the ascending part, it is only 1 inch in length. Then let's see that is the first part of the duodenum. So this one. So the first part of the duodenum, it begins from the pylorus and passes upwards and backwards. So here you can see, and to the right side. Okay? Then it meets to the second part of the duodenum, at the superior duodenal flexure. So here you can see that the flexure, it is called the superior duodenal flexure. After then we should have to see that is the relations of the first part of the duodenum. So here in this diagram you can see that is the relations. So firstly, that is the peritoneal relations. So proximal 1 inch part means that is the end part, first end part or the superior part of the duodenum. It is begins at the pylorus and it is movable because that is covered by the peritoneal membrane. Okay? Then it is attached to the lesser omentum above and the greater omentum below. So here in this diagram you can see. Then the distal 1 inch part, it is fixed and it is retroperitoneal. Okay? Then the visceral relations, the anteriorly it is the quadrate lobe of the liver. So here you can see that is the gallbladder and here that is the quadrate lobe of the liver is present. Posteriorly that is the gastroduodenal artery, the bile duct. So here you can see that is the bile duct and the portal vein. So here you can see that is the portal vein. Then superiorly, this one, superiorly that is present the epiploic foramen and inferiorly it is the head and the neck of the pancreas. Okay? So these are the visceral relations of the first part of the duodenum. After then we should have to see that is the second part. So this one. So here the second part, it is about the 3 inch long and it begins from that is the superior duodenal flexure. Then it passes downwards and reach to the L3 vertebra here, where it curves to the left side to form the inferior duodenal flexure, this one, and then continues as the third part of the duodenum. Okay? Then the relations of that the third part, here you can see in this diagram. In this diagram you can see that is the relations. So firstly that is the peritoneal relations. So this part of the second part of the duodenum, it is totally retroperitoneal and the fixed. Okay? Then the visceral relations anteriorly, that is the, here you can see that is the right lobe of the liver. Then the transverse colon, here you can see, then the root of the mesocolon and the small intestine. So this one. Then the posterior relations. Okay? So here that is the posterior relations. So anteriorly it is related with the right kidney. So here this one. Then the right renal vessel, this one, the right edge of inferior vena cava. So this one, inferior vena cava, and the right psoas major muscle. So this one. Okay? Then the medial side, this side. Okay? The head of the pancreas, here you know that is the head of the pancreas is present and the bile duct. Okay? Then the lateral side, this is the right colic flexure. Okay? Then the inferior second part of the duodenum, it is shows the falling structure. Okay? So here in this diagram you can see that is the second part of the duodenum. That is, first it shows the major duodenal papillae, this one. Here you can see. So the major duodenal papillae, it is the elevation present in the posteromedial side, 8 to 10 centimeter distal to that the pylorus. From the pylorus it is 8 to 10 centimeter. ठीक है. Hepatopancreatic ampulla that should be open in this summit of the papilla. So here in this region. Then second, it is the minor duodenal papillae. So this is, ठीक है. So it is present 6 to 8 centimeter from the pylorus of the stomach. So here. Then and it present the opening of the accessory pancreatic duct. ठीक है. So this structure that should be open into that the second part of the duodenum. Then we should have to see that is the third part of the duodenum. So here you can see this is the third part of the duodenum. This one. So this is about 4 inches in long and it begins from the inferior duodenal flexure. So here you can see that is the inferior duodenal flexure. Then it goes to that the left side to the third lumbar vertebra and passes horizontally, and then it should be joined to the fourth part of the duodenum. ठीक है. So after then we should have to see that is the relations of the third part of the duodenum. So here in this diagram we can see the relations. So the peritoneal relations, you know, this part is also retroperitoneal and the fixed, and anteriorly that is covered by the peritoneal membrane. ठीक है. Then the visceral relations. So visceral relations, anteriorly you can see that is the superior mesenteric vessel. ठीक है. So here you can see the anterior relation. So it is related the anteriorly the superior mesenteric vessel and the root of the mesentery. ठीक है. Then posteriorly, so that is the posterior relation, this one. So posteriorly it is related with the right ureter, second one. So here you can see that is the right ureter. Second one that is related with the right psoas major muscle, this one. Then the right testicular or the ovarian vessel. So here this is. Then inferior vena cava, this one, and the abdominal aorta. So these are the posterior relations of the third part of the duodenum. Then the superior relations, in the upper side there is present the head of the pancreas and the uncinate process, and inferior side it is present the coils of the jejunum. ठीक है. So this is the third part of the duodenum. Then the last one, that is the fourth part of the duodenum, this one. So this part it is only the 1 inch and it goes upwards on, and then it should be to the upper border of the second lumbar vertebra, where it turns forward and becomes continuous with the jejunum at the duodenojejunal flexure. ठीक है. Then its relation. So firstly the peritoneal relations. So it is mostly retroperitoneal part, means that is anteriorly covered by the peritoneal membrane, but the terminal part it is suspended by the uppermost part of the mesentery, and because of this part it is the movable. ठीक है. Then the anterior, then the visceral relations. So anterior relations, firstly the transverse colon. So here you can see that is the transverse colon. Then the transverse mesocolon and the lesser sac and the stomach. So that should be present anterior to it. Then the posterior relations, this one. So posteriorly the left sympathetic chain. So here yellow color you can see the left sympathetic chain. Then the left psoas major muscle. So this one, that is the psoas major muscle. Then the left renal vein. So here that is you can see the left renal vein. Then the left testicular vessel. So here this is the left testicular vessel. Inferior mesenteric vein. So here you can see this is the inferior mesenteric vein. So these are the posterior relations. Then to the left side, that is the left kidney and the left ureter, and superiorly, that is the body of the pancreas. So these are the relations of the fourth part of the duodenum. After then, we should have to see, that is the suspensory muscles of the duodenum. So here, the suspensory muscle, or that is also called the ligament of Treitz. Okay? So the suspensory muscle, it is the fibromuscular band. This one here you can see, it is the fibromuscular band which suspend the supposed to the duodenojejunal flexure. So here you can see, that is the duodenojejunal flexure. It arises from the diaphragm, that is the crus of the diaphragm, and close to the right side of the oesophagus. So here you can see, that is the oesophagus, and here it should be comes from the right crus of the diaphragm. Okay? Then it passes downwards behind the pancreas, okay, and attached to the posterior surface of the duodenojejunal flexure. So here it goes downwards and joins to the posterior surface of the duodenojejunal flexure. Okay? And third and the fourth part of the duodenum. So here you can see, that is the third part and this is the fourth part. So it is attached to the third and the fourth part of the duodenum. Then its upper part, it is made by this one, it is made by the striped muscle. Then the middle part, it is made by the elastic fiber, and the lower part, it is made by the plain muscle. Okay? So it should be hold the proper position of the duodenum, that is the C shape, and because of it should be fixes the position of the duodenum.